Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Barry Myers' world-famous Future Stars of MMA. TuffNuff live on BN Sports USA. From the historic Thomas & Mack Center in Las Vegas. Tonight, prepare for an action-packed pairing of amateur and professional MMA in one night on two giant networks. The cage is back and open for business. Let's get to work. Making their way to the blue corner, David Goldenberg.
Look, I'm not going to say that we can promise you a really good fight to start this card, but when a fighter is walking out and his nickname is Scrappy Doo,
I mean, come on.
we're going to have some fun.
And we haven't even talked about his opponent yet, who's Slime Child.
Slime Child versus Scrappy Doo. And two young fighters that are making their debut tonight. So, have never fought in the cage before. This one at 155 pounds. Fighting style for Scrappy Doo. Real name David Goldenberg. He's making the walk right now. Jiu-jitsu, so don't be surprised if you see him go to the ground. He said he's been training like a blanking animal, getting ready for this fight. I love the fact that he is coming in with that sense of confidence because, John, like we've talked about many times over the years, this could be a really intimidating moment. It sounds like he's just ready to have fun with it.
Yeah, and I think, in your debut, if you can be comfortable and if you can be aggressive, right? Because you know the other person's going to have nerves as well. He's going to be facing a huge height discrepancy in this fight, so we'll see how that plays out. But I love the fact that, we've talking about pre-fight his favorite fighter, Charles Oliveira, because he has the most active jiu-jitsu in the UFC. When you're talking about that activity level, that aggression, I like to hear that from somebody in their first fight.
And jiu-jitsu camps here in Las Vegas, world class, and being able to step into a cage in the fight capital of the world tonight for the very first time is a special moment, so it's going to be exciting, guys.
And I like the James Brown that he's walking out to. I mean, the whole bit, just the vibe is on point for old Scrappy Doo. Let's see what he can do inside of the cage to meet his opponent.
And now making his way to the red corner, Caleb Evans.
Caleb Evans, Slime Child, as you called him, John, because that's what he goes by, also making his debut tonight, training out of Extreme Couture, and you mentioned something that is important in this fight. It's the one thing that Scrappy Doo says he knows about his opponent. It's that he's 6'4". I mean, we're talking about a 7-inch reach difference, and not even reach difference, more than that on the reach difference, more like 12 inches, but 7 inches in actual height. It's something.
It's pretty incredible, right? I mean, that's something that you see in the 155-pound division. That's a massive frame at any level of fighting to be that tall at 155 pounds. So we'll see how it plays out there. I mean, it's certainly going to affect the way these two approach each other, I would think. You got to think Slime Child, but which, by the way, let's be clear that when I called him that, it's only because he requested to.
That is his name.
Maybe a fan of the 90s Nickelodeon show. You can't say that on television.
There you
Or perhaps a big fan of Ghostbusters from back in the day.
That as well.
You've been slimed. He's got to drop that line if he wins, right? But as you'd expect in this fight, you're going to think that Scrappy Doo is going to try to get this one to the ground to negate that reach advantage. Time will tell. Debut for both these fighters. Here's Justin Bernard.
Ladies and gentlemen, our first bout of the evening is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the TuffNuff Amateur Lightweight Division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, is a mixed martial artist making his amateur debut tonight. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 155.5 pounds. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, David Scrappy Doo Goldenberg. His opponent stands across the cage in the red corner, a mixed martial artist making his amateur debut as well. He stands 6 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in 156 pounds. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, Caleb Slime Child Evans. And when the action begins, your referee in charge, Jimmy Carino.
Format for this fight, like all of these amateur fights that you're going to watch on BN Sports this evening, 3 2-minute rounds. Debut for both of these fighters. Scrappy Doo is wearing the black trunks with the white lettering. Slime Child is black on black. Here we go. Outside leg kick from Scrappy Doo to get things going. We're just going with the nicknames, right?
You have to. When they're that good.
Yeah.
Oh, the big right hand from Scrappy Doo.
getting scrappy. Landed a couple there, now he's going for the takedown.
Said he's a jiu-jitsu guy, but showed some hands early, but now he's inside on that single leg.
Nice defense there from Slime Child. Gets taken down for a brief moment, back to his feet. Nicely done.
A nice awareness there from Evans. Clearly doesn't want to be on the ground with what you would feel might be a superior grappler.
Scrappy dude pushing forward though. Looking for that takedown. He's got the single leg. See if he's able to elevate here. Evans doing a nice job of...
That height is able to create some interesting angles, especially as he's looking for that takedown.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really kind of threatening the neck there as well, so Evans wisely backed away. Reset, there's that big right hand up top again. On the left as well.
Goldenberg's landing some real shots here. And figuring out how to cut off the cage enough where that reach disadvantage isn't much of a disadvantage at all. Going for the takedown once again. Gets it this time. Has the back at least momentarily of Evans.
Both hooks in with speed right there. Excellent awareness there to get both hooks in and now going to go to work on this choke.
Yeah, that was a real impressive transition there.
Yeah, he's cranking hard.
Off
He
to
might
the
have
side,
this.
but he's got the squeeze on it. He's got the tap.
Wow, how about that? Scrappy dude, David Goldenberg, round number 1, gets the finish here at TuffNuff.
Very impressive stuff, man. The speed on the transition there, got both hooks in, went to work on that choke. A little off to the side, not the standard angle, but was still able to get enough pressure on that squeeze to get the tap.
Yeah, what really impressed me, Mahoney, is just the hands of Goldenberg. I mean, he came out with a huge reach disadvantage. Didn't see that at all. Landed much cleaner shots from the jump. Just had great power behind him as well. Enough where he could look for that takedown because the hands were a real threat.
They set up that takedown. He was incredibly accurate. Not a lot of wasted movement that we saw from David Goldenberg. But making your debut tonight on beIN in Las Vegas couldn't have gone better for him.
Yeah, I mean, what a way to start things out, John. I mean, you think about, you know, a young man and the pressure, you know, in a situation like this. You've never made this walk before and done this. He looked like a seasoned pro in there.
Absolutely, just very calm, cool, collected, looked for the takedowns. Learning experience for both of them. You know, I thought Caleb Evans, I think when he goes back and reviews this, will find that he wasn't really using his reach to his advantage. He had that huge height discrepancy, but he kind of crowded himself a little bit, and that allowed Goldenberg to get inside to get the takedown that eventually led to the finish. But that's what this is about. It's about those learning lessons.
Yeah, I mean, Evans, you know, he maybe didn't put the reach to his advantage as much as he should have. But like you said, you're early on in your career. You're allowed to make these mistakes. This doesn't end up on your permanent record if you go pro. And, you know, it's always fun to see a young fighter come in, test themselves out, learn some things, and then go from there. Official announcement coming for it right now from Justin Bernard.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 1 minute 38 into round number 1, referee Jimmy Garino calls a stop to the fight for the winner by submission due to rear naked choke, David Scrappy Goldenberg.
And just like that, our first fight is in the can, and of course, it is a first round finish. We've got ourselves another good one coming up at 150 pounds. This is TuffNuff on beIN Sports.